So, hello everyone, and welcome back to some more of the World in Conflict, another match mode game of 4 versus 4 here on the Riviera. And I think it's a relatively balanced teams overall, and it's definitely the best game we had just a few days ago, that day for certainty. So the teams are, well, they're talking about infantry and double infantry anyway, but teams are Peru, me in support, Peruer, Whisk as armor, Kickapoo as infantry, and in their team it's Fighter 74, who I don't really know who they are, but seems to be a pretty good player, so some Smurf. Boost the Smurf is a very much old returning player, should be like one hashtag Smurf, something like that. I've never played with them before, but regardlessly, a pretty good player. Then Alien and Spirit Gun. So the biggest differences here is, of course, Kickapoo is a lot stronger inf than Spirit Gun. Like, Spirit Gun can fight back to some degree against Kickapoo infantry. But the thing is that Spirit Gun definitely does require a lot more help to defeat Kickapoo infantry rather than what Kickapoo needs against Spirit Gun. Like, definitely need to help quite a bit with air, etc., to get a victory out of it. So that's the biggest benefit for our team against theirs. Ilian is going to be playing support just like me here, so both airs are gonna have some difficulty with that. Peru definitely, well, is playing their own aggressive style, is doing definitely some split air in this game, which I think that they did occasionally. It's just sometimes, at least in a few cases, I would really like them to be helping a little bit longer in some specific spot. But of course, if you're trying to be playing it a little bit in a lot of different locations, it can be tough. Then Whisk armor and Fighter 74 armor. So let's just get closer to the game, cause just trying to ask Spirit Gun to indeed ready up, and then Kickapoo is saying that don't let them town push. Definitely it's been an interesting change that teams from the USSR side are going way more often now for the town pushes rather than for the windmill push, because it used to be so pretty much all the time that everyone wanted to do the windmill push, and now it's definitely a lot more of the town push as well. So it's a fun thing. There's been a lot more videos overall of Riviera, but I do like the Riviera map. I'm starting with my 4 heavy AA support and 1 medium AA. Waiting for that. I think that it is just one of the better starts, and usually sending 2 at least heavy AA units in this way. I do like to a little bit wait and see what the enemy air is deciding to do with the 1 unit. To maybe send immediately into here or somewhere else, and this, yeah, but they are, this boosted Smurf is very much aggressively attacking from here. And yeah, boosted Smurf, or the 1 Smurf, was pretty good air player, but I think I'm doing a decent job here with support against them. But they did a very aggressive town push, extremely so. They already capped both of these places, and I indeed then requested with Kickapoo with that Whisk would come to the doing the push into the mansion and their farm, because that's the best way to respond into this sort of a situation when they've come and attacked this far into our place. We need to attack too, and yeah, we got the mansion at the very least, and definitely can go and try to get this farm now as well. So it's definitely important to go for an attack. And yeah, Peru has most of the forces here, but has the 1 air unit here, which at least managed to destroy nicely that light tank, which is a nice thing to have got on another little cap here from the mansion. They still do have a domination bar advantage, basically because they got here so very much into the deep into our town and earlier than what we moved here, but nonetheless, that is regardless of what you definitely need to do in that situation. No infantry from us at the moment in here for certainty, but some napalms from the enemy team, which makes sense because yeah, you don't want Spirit Gun to have, or you don't want Kickapoo to have all of this forest to use in the future as well. Spirit Gun does have some infantries here. Whisk also helped here with the airtroop infantries to get control of the town a little bit better. And they are still attacking into the town pretty aggressively. And yeah, I'm just... we managed to just barely got one more cap of this, which is nice. Like, tried to indeed ask Kickapoo that please go cap quickly. But usually armor should be the really aggressive one. You can't really be as aggressive with a lot of heavy tanks. It's not a bad thing to have these heavy tanks though, necessarily. It just means that at least 2 is really the max that I would take, and I probably would prefer to use 1 myself, because then you are way more in specific positions to shoot. They are strong, but yeah. And that would have been so nice to get the cap still, but sadly the Kickapoo infantry did get killed, so not gonna really then get it. Still wasn't the worst idea to try to be this aggressive that I am, I think, but it's sometimes a little bit questionable. Should I be as aggressive as I am? Because generally speaking, indeed, what I was trying to say, tanks should be the ones that do the pushes and support them in the pushes. But the thing is that if your own armor player isn't quite as aggressive, then I do prefer to be really aggressive myself. And yeah, at least Kickapoo is getting definitely another cap here of the mansion. And then doing a scan and laser guided bomb. Not certain if that was really required, at least a scan in that situation, but I guess wanted to see if there's infantry in these forests. And yeah, my jeeps are on the move, can't really kill them that easily. Also, Peru wouldn't really have needed to do this, like I had these 2 here. Definitely were repairing him, but I guess Peru specifically wanted to only have jeep here in this location. But then using just his own jeep to repair is not really the best for TA generation, if we could say. Because you generate more tactical 8 points if you repair an ally, rather than the opposite side. But yeah, again, like I'm here pushing, but there's nothing from Visk at the moment trying to do the push. Sure, I also die here now, sadly, but we could have definitely... But yeah, Visk did complain that there's no vision. Could get maybe the scout then to help with the vision himself, or then we would need the air or infantry here as a vision help. And Visk is trying to at least do an airdrop infantry into here. Which is, of course, like, if you can have infantry vision, then that's the preferred method, and air when they can be there. But air needs to be elsewhere too, like, Peru is here to kill the enemy armor from pushing into town. So, and yeah, there's the aliens. Visk doing a napalm strike into jeeps, which is interesting. But, yeah, and then fighters... airdrop infantry running after the Visk airdrop infantry, which is interesting. But still, I would prefer Visk to be a little bit more aggressive. The thing is that you can't be really as aggressive with just heavy tanks. And the light tanks are just basically fortifying here in town, which fortifying is good, but yeah, you can't then be really that aggressive in here, which I would prefer to go on into the attacks and all that. But I guess you could just do some airdrop infantries or airdrop light tanks into here, for example, to do some fortifications. And yeah, could have almost gotten this place too, but sadly, fighters, heavy tank definitely goes there. The air is at the moment going into here, so I'm moving my jeeps away from there, dropping even more jeeps into here. Sadly, yeah, would have needed the air help here. And yeah, they are definitely attacking our windmill, which is, again, it's better to go for the other aggressive pushes rather than... Because at the moment it's really tough for them to anymore come into town, because we have fortified it pretty much completely. So this is definitely the easiest place to go, and you can still attack there after all. But you can't just stick into a defensive, be just on the defense. So going for the attacks is definitely good. And now at least Visk does have a few light tanks into here for the push, which is good. And yeah, I tried to do light artillery at least here to try to kill the infantry a little bit. And then we are at the same time still pushing here into the mansion and the farm. 2 more Kickapoo infantries into here. and doing a lot more vision drops into the windmill direction too. We do need to go and attack here too, but on the other hand we do still have a very nice position in this location. Being in the attack. This is basically doomed. Didn't have even a smoke, but at least got this scout chopper into extremely low health, so wasn't able to really attack that good into here, and can't kill anything from the smoke now anyway. So I could have moved this too, but on the other hand, Ilian is also coming here with the support unit, so I'm just sticking to staying in that position. At the moment we are clearly winning, but that will not be the full time the case, I'd say. But we claimed windmill back with the help of air and everything, and of course Kickapoo airtroop infantries were the main way to capture it back. And this light tanks definitely can't be moving away from here now, considering they're done their job. And yeah, I'm just staying here to try to make it so that they can't capture it immediately. Peru is coming for help too now that specifically Visk was able to kill the AA unit. I did get the one repair tank because this was also so wounded. And after all, I have these jeeps here still too, but I didn't feel that I was in that big of a danger that I couldn't maybe afford that. And yeah, then this one will of course die, cause yeah, a lot of those, but still we got the mansion gap, and that's pretty good. And then enemy nuke inbound, and quite some nukes they are, changing the game very much so. Kickapoo is doing some moves into here too, at the same time. Or has done. But yeah, 2 nukes. I guess a 3rd nuke even, question mark. Looked like it would have been even a 3rd one in here, which would have been quite something. But yeah, 2 nukes, 1 into the town and 1 into here, which is very much questionable. And yeah, Peru is complaining of Visk armor, not good. And a lot of airtroop infantries at the back. Like here was one which I told to Kickapoo about, and Kickapoo took care of that one, but then at least put in some light artilleries here to try to deal with these fighters and spirit guns, airtroop infantries at the back. They have attacked into here. I've sent in at least 1 unit into that way, 1 unit into this way, and yeah, just going for this, because at the moment they have almost total dom now, so we really need to be going and getting into these points and trying to stop them from capping this. Can't really go there that well at the moment, but I should be already going there at the moment. But there was air too, so I need kind of some visibility just to know where it is. But total dom for a short moment for them, but we are going back here and getting the windmill back. And Ilian is, I'm just pointing out, Ilian is here doing exactly what a good support player should be doing. They're not just sticking into here. They know that their air is coming for an attack, and yeah, I'm trying to run away, but I know that even a smoke doesn't help because Ilian is just sticking to my little AA unit completely and just making it really easy for Booster Smurf to come and just destroy me, because yeah, there's nothing I can do really if Ilian is chasing me with his own AA unit. Absolutely nothing I can do about that to stop that from happening and getting destroyed. But then indeed there was even talk from Kickapoo for a bit about that we need our own nuke, which is relatively sensible to some degree, considering the fact that we did just get total dom for a moment, so we were in a very bad situation. But I specifically said that, well, they shouldn't have basically any defenses in here. Like, they attacked here, yeah, and we got a pretty decent situation in there, so we can just go again into the aggressiveness and try to cap with the farm and mansion. And Kickapoo, of course, does agree immediately with it, but we don't necessarily need a nuke. We can just go, because they shouldn't have any much defenses, so we just can go into those. And Visk is nicely also getting light tanks up. So first sending into town direction and windmill. Thinking of sending into windmill, but is sending then to attack here. But yeah, I'm already going to the mansion. Just like I could have maybe waited for this light tank from Visk to come into here, but well, we do want to just get this cap. So just wanted to cap it as fast as possible and get it done. Then at the same time have one unit in here. And yeah, some airdrop infantry still left, of course.
Reinforcements arrived at the drop zone.
Yeah, my jeep sadly did die at some point there, probably from airdrop infantry. So now at least there's some use of Pero having his own jeep still alive. And yeah, killing at least some more of the air units. But yeah, they're again going and moving already into here. Need something to kill this AA unit. And still need to be sending units into lighthouse and town and everywhere. But still, again, like I said, we can still be on the aggressiveness. And there's definitely nothing in here to stop Pero from just going and destroying this at this moment. So definitely can. And yeah, heavy artillery in that position seems pretty good. Then I'm just going and also trying to help here to capture the town back. And I'm like, well, I don't need to be here. I can't do anything in here, so I'm just gonna be driving here soon. Try to drive over this little infantry. And at the same time, yeah, just going aggressively here to kill this. I've done the airstrike into here to try to be able to go and cap this. Go in here with the support unit to cap this spot. And yeah, at the same time we're getting this place too, because yeah, Booster Smurf can't really get here fast enough to try to stop it, no matter if he would want to or not. And yeah, this just needs to go and cap this now. Too long just standing there, but they managed to get it. And we are getting back into the game, even if the situation definitely didn't look good for a moment. But a lot of movement, a lot of drops, again, from the enemy team into here with the Spirit Gun. It's not like there's any defensive there, so... And then, yeah, destroying here, boost the Smurf's air. But yeah, just a little bit everywhere. Sadly, there was the light tank drop. This is also what... I just so wish that Peru hadn't left with this. Like, just kill this to the end. We could have capped this immediately, but then leaving it. Like, I understand you want repairs for it, but like... Come on, it was there in the smoke cloud. It was going to become visible just in a second. You could have killed it better. But, of course, it's difficult to know this necessarily when you're paying attention to, like, you have a unit here, unit here, unit here. So definitely a lot of split air, being a little bit everywhere. And, of course, in that sense, when there's a lot of light tanks, it's definitely not a bad idea. At least Booster Smurf had to be using his flares. I'm just here to stop him from advancing as well, mostly. And then just being ready to go here to help, at least a little bit. Should be already going. But yeah, Spirit has 1 unit alive, fun. 2 units alive. But yeah, the Spirit Gun will be losing against, unless getting a lot of help, we'll be losing against Kickapoo for certainty. Not that we weren't playing relatively, at least aggressively, so making it tough for the... enemy air to really be everywhere, to do everything that would be needed to be done. And yeah, and I don't know really if I would have needed to do this these jeeps anymore, but it's okay at the very least. Some more drops into here, straight to the point, which I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing really. Well, sometimes it's bad because you're just getting a decap now. You're not getting a cap anyway. And I wish that I would have noticed to send this immediately here, but I didn't. Did get them to retreat from the town nonetheless with this 1 support unit. And yeah, just need to send it there. Kickapoo does ask me to go and cap it, so then I will, of course. And then just going for a... Again, shouldn't have done that decap, considering Fighter definitely did kill that AA unit. Fighter has definitely killed some of my support units, but it's not been always that easy to go and destroy them. Nonetheless, my air-to-air strikes haven't been useful against Booster Smurf for certainty. They haven't been hitting anything. But while I can, I don't have anything in here. I would have thought that maybe he would have come into there, but rather Booster Smurf is actually complaining now a little bit. The Chiefs at least did get killed at one point with Napalm. I don't know he had any Chiefs in between, but no Chiefs and no AA killed. Some fighter has killed some of my AA,
That
but
unit
yeah,
is a
a lot
casualty.
of them I just bring back
We
quite
can deliver
fast,
your
I
units at
guess.
your request.
And of course it's more difficult to kill them while having the not as good of a visibility. We have way better visibility over the map pretty much everywhere, and just having these places to
3 minutes remaining.
sadly couldn't really
That
stay in that
unit is a
spot.
casualty.
But yeah, and now Puss Murphy is trying to vote for the hometown. I don't remember if I noticed even this. But yeah, we could have ended it here because they basically gave up anyway, and it would be pretty much impossible for them to come back from this situation. We have completely fortified, unless they would have another nuke. But indeed, saving that one nuke from here to maybe
Victory
use
is
again
getting
into
closer.
town later probably would have helped a lot. And yeah, Peru been gathering DA for himself so much that he's doing a nuke into Marine, destroying all the ships over there. Poor Marine. Getting nuked. And Peru just hoarding the TA. But after all, in the end, we managed to win without him giving that TA. And yeah, then I'm just still doing my best against the Booster Smurfs areas here. Did get the scout.
Reinforcements
But you're
standing
moving
by.
a little
What are
bit too
your
much
orders?
so that sometimes visible, I'd say. But
Your
it's
unit
sometimes
is
difficult to
dead.
know where exactly you will be staying completely hidden. And on the other hand, you gotta still be moving so that they can't just easily force fire the spot to kill it. Still got quite a few of the air units killed.
Reinforcements are ready.
And then
Just
just
give the order.
Whisk with Kickapoo are doing some more efforts into that direction. But basically the game is
Great
over at this
job.
point,
We will
so
soon win
I
this.
can just be going and getting the game forward. Can here at least look that Booster Smurf had this many points because he's not going to be here in the
1
moment
minute
for the
remaining.
very last seconds left, so then couldn't even see the points anymore. But nonetheless, I think that that was a pretty fun game. Like, they did get the total dom on us too for a bit. It's just that aggressiveness, especially in Riviera, it works really nicely when you are aggressive into here then on their points if they are contesting yours. In some other maps it doesn't work quite as well, but regardlessly I think that attack is the best defense in just general. And yeah, I wasn't the best support really and did get more score overall from also the repair, simply because yeah, Peru did repair a lot of his own stuff after all with his own little chip, so no surprises there. And overall tactical aid also Alien used and used the most and got the most points, when I definitely didn't use nearly as much. I gave some of it away, and overall then I did use some, but not that much. I did give to Kickapoo, I'm pretty certain. I just don't now even remember how much did I give away and how much I didn't. But regardless, I thought that it was a fun game, and at least can see how I here played support pretty much like spreading all over the map. Like, of course the best way would be to have a nice net of having like one unit here, etc. So that, or like this way, that 1, 1, 1, so that you have a nice net. But it's not always necessary, and here at least I just wanted to be aggressive. I was even trying to send this unit here to help with the maybe getting that last cap in this case. But yeah, so hope you enjoyed this little game, and thank you for watching. See you for more next time.